How are you, Blake?
Oh, pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Really happy to interview you. Big
Yeah,
fan
thanks.
of your drum work in Cojum Dip.
You. Yeah, it's well, pleasure to be here. Also a surprise. It's been quite a long time since certainly I did anything with Cojum Dip. So
So starting with the first question, what's
sure.
your history with the band and how did you join Cojum Dip?
Okay, so how I joined was Bora was performing arts technology at University of Michigan. So I think he spent quite a bit of time recording other bands. And one of those bands that he was recording, I think it might have been called Mr. Teeth, if I remember. But so they were big in the music scene there. Well, maybe not that band, but those guys. And so the guitar player was talking with Bora, and Bora was saying he needs a drummer for his project. So my name came up, and then it turned out I lived like in the in a different dorm from the guitar player Jake Hurley, um, who had a car because at Michigan State you are not allowed to have a car as a freshman. And then after losing my car, I never had a car again until I broke a foot and then had to get a car. But but yeah, so I was saying, if I can get a ride, I'll join the band. I don't know. I don't have a, there weren't a ton of musically inclined people in the dorm that I lived in. So it was nice to, be able to join a band. And then I think we played a lot of shows over the years. I think, I don't know, one every month or every other month once we kind of had a solid lineup and everybody knew the parts. So, but yeah, that's essentially how I joined. Friend of a within a project, and yeah, kind of the transportation worked out, and lots of fun overall. Um, but I guess if anybody's gonna know, this was really Bora's project, and so he had the songs written and the outfits and the personas and all that stuff was kind of his brainchild. And so who can we plug in to these various roles? And um, yeah, so I was at least able to, kind of, okay, this is the song, fine, but let me upgrade these drum parts a bit. So that was nice. There was some creative input from me, at least in that aspect, so that was good.
Yeah.
Kind of fitting, playing more my own style rather than I think he had, programmed drums into some of the demos that he had sent over to, you know, get everyone to learn the songs. So it's like, okay, I get the feel here, but I'm gonna upgrade as necessary. So fills, grooves, you name it. But the songs stayed the songs.
So, how was your experience with Cojum Dip?
It was fantastic. I mean, it was nothing but fun. We I feel like we did have trouble at the beginning kind of filling in the bass player position. I think we had maybe Alex was around at the beginning and then he had to be gone for a little bit and then he came back. So we had a couple of bass, maybe just one other bass player really. But
From our knowledge, there were like three bass players:
yeah,
Shafiel, Alex, and Matt.
yeah, that's right. That's right. But everybody was a cool guy, just tough to when it's like, okay, we're been ready to practice for a couple hours and they're still not here. Like, all right, you're out of the band after
Yeah.
a couple of times. So, especially with Jake and me having at least an hour drive each way, um, and homework and other crap going on. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, all cool dudes. Just sometimes didn't work out, but um, yeah, but I mean, so much fun. It was super cool playing in all those different styles, obviously primarily based in metal, which is my favorite kind of music. Particularly black metal and death metal are my two favorites. With I like those classic thrash acts are fantastic as well. But so yeah, it was always great having that bass in there. Of the metal, I'm featuring probably 30 other genres thrown in at one point or another. And yeah, it was cool getting to, go around Ann Arbor, Detroit for all the shows, meeting, hung out with the guys
Yeah.
from Tally Hall a lot. I think we played a lot of shows with Tally Hall. But yeah, I mean, overall, just great experience for sure. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but I was sad when Bora decided it's time to move to LA and break into the music business independently with a studio. So
Yeah.
um, that's that was the end of it, unfortunately.
Do you know anything about the band's old releases?
Um, I guess not anything that you wouldn't know. I think they were on Cojumdip.com, I believe, or whatever that website was back in the day. And I think, the recordings kind of got switched out as we went along and actually recorded them. And I'm pretty sure like the stuff that's on Spotify now and presumably all the other streamers, these are largely certainly my original like the original drum recordings of me. I don't know if maybe I just hadn't listened to them in forever and I didn't remember what I did, or if it was just like, oh, that seems a little different from how I remember playing it. So I don't know if he tweaked some parts post production wise or not, or maybe just cleaned some stuff up, or he's decided that we should do a different thing. But
Just so you know, the all of the instruments that you guys did for the demos didn't go to the 2014 version. Bor actually changed a lot of the composition for the songs in the 2014 album and played himself. The only thing that he
uh,
kept were your drum arrangements that he played, but
I
they
see.
aren't your recordings, but they are
Ah,
your arrangements.
okay, that
So
makes sense then.
it's all Bora. Do you know anything about some unreleased tracks like Breast Man and How, which are two old tracks that didn't go to the final album?
Hmm. Honestly, I I don't, not offhand. I'm not sure if I have either of those. I don't know if I have those recordings. They may be hiding deep in a hard drive somewhere, but yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you right now
Yeah,
anything
sure.
about that. But if I have them, I will certainly send them your way.
Do you think you have any photos or videos or merch?
So I looked for that T-shirt that I like, the Captain No T-shirt that I thought I had, but I don't know. I couldn't find it. I've probably moved 8 or 9 or 10 times since then, and stuff disappears when you move, and
Yeah.
so if I have it here at my current house, I don't know where it could be. I looked around earlier today when I got home from work, and yeah, no luck there. Um, I I don't know. There's some photos. I mean, I assume you've probably already been through everybody's Facebook from 15 years ago or whatever and looked at photos there. I think the very first like 4 or 5 photos of my Facebook profile are Cojum Dip shows. Um, so if you haven't seen those are available.
So, how did Cojum Dip came to be? What's the backstory of the band?
Oh, as far as I know, uh, Bora and Jake went to high school together, and they kind of, Bora had this like genius out there idea. And I believe Jake helped workshop some of it, maybe, but it's certainly all Bora really. Um, but yeah, Bora and Jake, and then they went to the separate schools, University of Michigan, Michigan State. So um, Jake being near me drove us, the two of us, to practice, and then yeah, it was kind of, I mean, by the time I got there, I feel like it was mostly all set up. Like there were 7 or 8 songs already written, and the personas were created, the outfits were purchased.
What was your favorite song to play live?
Oh, it's a good question. I really liked playing Puzzle Dust was
Yeah.
a lot of fun, and Jabberwocky was a lot of fun. I think Jabberwocky maybe had the most a lot of time changes, or like relatively speaking, a bunch of time changes, and certainly some feel changes throughout. And yeah, a lot of just like parts that were just meant to rip a huge fill on the drum. So those, I think those two were probably the most fun. Although
I
Tap
can
Tap
list
Tap,
the songs.
yeah,
Tap
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 Tap.
Tap was a lot of fun too. Kind of almost a blast beat on the drums, almost.
Puzzle Dust is totally my favorite song.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know if you made the drum solo. Was it you that made the drum
Yeah,
solo?
yeah, that was just
Thank you for that. It's
oh yeah,
the
sure
best
thing.
part of the song.
So I think
Really good.
those first, like the start of the drum solo was kind of like, or it was like you should start it like this, but then kind of do whatever. So yeah. Um I yeah, that was 95% me, well, improvising it at first and then kind of honing it in uh over the months and years that followed. So that was yeah, fun times there. Yeah, that's obviously I got to say that
Yeah.
was the top track. Like
What's the story behind the character of Captain No, and why doesn't he sing in the song 5/4?
oh, um so I think I didn't sing, mostly because I, at the time, probably still not now, was not capable of hitting the harmony properly. And so they're just like, you know what? Just don't worry about it. We'll like we'll get Bora to do the other voice like in the studio. Um, so that was my own fault. Also, I don't know, because I find well, not that there was a ton of singing while playing, obviously, but still, that's I find to be very difficult. Like I am no guitar player, but I'm better at singing and playing the guitar than I am at singing and playing the drums.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was basically, I wasn't good enough to be singing
Mm.
um at the time. So that's that. But Captain No, the Love Machine, I don't know. I had that had okay luck with the ladies, I guess, but uh yeah, that I didn't come up with that name either. That was all Bora.
Were you given the option to choose between a character, or did Bora pick your character?
I believe he picked it for me. He was thinking the Love Machine had to be the drummer.
So, were there any plans or ideas for the band that you know that didn't go through?
um no, not really. I mean, there was some there was only some discussion about that was all pretty quickly shot down. It's like, hey, can we write a song together? And it was like, that's going to be too hard with everybody being, you know, kind of all over the place, both geographically and schedule wise. So that didn't happen. And then I think I don't know. I probably suggested some covers that we play that were did not ever get played. Like I think, yeah, we played a Led Zeppelin song one time, and we played Tears for Fears song. I think it was at the same show, but I believe those were the only two covers that we did.
What was the worst live show you experienced?
Oh, that was probably be um for me anyway. The show we played it at Hash Bash in Ann Arbor, which is an annual, weed celebration thing, which some of us were occasionally into it at the time, but uh, we just wanted to play a show. But um, also at the time, um, I had this problem where I could never play the drums while wearing shoes because I always just like, my drum set was at my parents' house at the time, and I only ever played it, there. Um, and so even in my high school band, when we'd play shows, I would take the shoes off and then just play in socks. And um, this Hash Bash show was outdoors, and I think it was snowing, and my feet basically like froze off, and I was couldn't feel really what was happening, and ended up kicking the chains on the bass pedals a bunch of times, and like I don't know, my
Ouch.
my feet were killing me, and I did not, was not playing as well as I should have been playing as a result of not having full control. And yeah, so that whole thing just kind of sucked for me. But I I imagine, guitars were probably similar with freezing hands. Nobody's wearing gloves playing guitars really, or at least not normally. um, so so yeah, that one was no good. That was also miserable moving the gear. It was like a wet snow, and yeah, the whole thing sucked. Let's put it that way. But good
Have you,
turnout audience wise, I think at least.
what does Cojum Dip mean and where did this name come from?
So for the first like 2 years I was in the band, I always was under the impression that it meant bull sperm ice cream. I guess it's bull sperm ice cream. Maybe I was misled by misleading
Didn't
facts.
somebody else say bull sperm ice cream before? That's a really weird coincidence.
Yeah, that was me. No. uh but I think somebody it's probably Jake just told me that, and it was a lie. And it's like I guess you must have seen this video on YouTube where there's a whole like 5 or 6 minute video about what is Cojum Dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I always thought it was bull sperm ice cream. I told basically everybody I knew that that's what it meant. And, so, and that's always the way I prefer to think about it because I think that is hilarious. But
I think the me and the team have to just accept that there is no real meaning because every time somebody asked Bora what it meant, he would always change the
yeah,
meaning. Like it was once when you put your right hand in your left pocket,
yeah,
or when you were sleeping and you were dreaming about going to the bathroom and you wake up and you pissed yourself.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so the meaning always changed, I think. There was no
yeah,
real meaning about it.
yeah. I don't know where he came up the word Cojum. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But I don't know. Cojum dip, I could see meaning, oh, bull sperm ice cream. Got it.
Yeah. Another definition in our book.
Excellent, excellent.
We the one funny thing about you joining the band is how when I was interviewing Alex, he told me that
I explicitly remember talking to me about looking for members of his band, and he's like, "Yeah," and I met up with this drummer and something something, and I told him to just like sort of put in an awesome fill here at this part, and he said it was so cool. He had this double kick drum that like really made it sound awesome. And so that was sort of Bora's way, as I understood it, of him saying, yeah, this guy's actually better than me at this instrument. So
Hell yeah,
And
that's nice to hear. I love that. And yeah, I know certainly I used his drum set the whole time. I brought a few pieces from my own drum set over, like my bass pedal, I think my hi-hats, and just a like a accent cymbal or two to add on to his kit. So that made things a lot easier, a lot more familiar, let's say. I don't know how much experience you have playing drums, but it's a lot more different than just picking up somebody else's guitar,
oh yeah,
in terms of like where everything is, what everything does in its position. It's when it's on somebody else's kit, it is a fairly serious adjustment, especially if you've only been playing one kit your whole life. So yeah, but yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, I think I remember, hearing it's like, obviously Bora is a master multi instrumentalist, and yeah, maybe I might have been the only one better than him at their own instrument.
yeah,
Because I know he's he's a guitar player, and whatever, strings, keyboards, various wind instruments. But all our guys were good, but Bora was the best, let's say.
yeah.
Oh, I got a funny story for you. One time, I think we were late for, or running late, I should say, for a show. And so I was riding with Bora in a car packed full of gear, and he was driving way too fast, and we got pulled over, and the cop is looking in the car, and it's just like, man, you got a lot of stuff. And he's like, what is this construction barrel? Where did you steal this from? And so of course, I bought it at some specialty music store, and of course that was a lie. It was very much a stolen construction barrel. And but played it off cool and got away scot-free. I don't think he even got a speeding ticket, so that was pretty sweet. I think we were like right around the corner from the venue, wherever it was. I believe it was in Ann Arbor. Because in those days in particular, getting pulled over in Detroit, you had to be really screwing around to get yourself pulled over. So but yeah, so good times there. I think yeah, I never even played that construction barrel. It was always somebody else. So oh, one complaint about the outfits. Holy crap, those things stunk to high heaven. I think Bora would bust them out when it was time for the show. We'd all play a show for whatever, 45 minutes, just get ridiculously sweaty, and then they'd go into a trash bag until the next show, and then they'd come out again. It's like, oh god, these things freaking stink. And then like that went on for years. I feel like maybe they got washed once in the whole time. So they were pretty rank.
I think
And
they're pretty hard to like wash. Matt
yeah.
told me most of them would get thrown away because they get really, really bad after some shows.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that stuff is definitely hard to wash. There's like some, like the kind of plasticky almost capes, like nothing's made out of like normal material. The masks were, those could have probably been stood to be washed more than anything. The full head mask. And yeah, I'll say too, I used that first show or two or three, whatever, with like the hearts had the mesh over the eyes. It was so hard to see, like even in the
Yeah.
full daylight, and then you're playing on a dark stage. Like I'm basically blind up here, so I had to cut the eye holes out. Bora did go for that, thankfully, but so that helped quite a bit. But yeah, they still not a lot of fun to wear from a smell perspective.
Yeah.
But,
The Matt actually told me one not so funny story about how in Cojum Dip slash show in 2006, not the 2008 the reunion one, but the 2006 one. Uh, when you guys were playing at the Blind Pig, one time I think Brian hit Matt's forehead with a guitar while playing live,
oh yeah.
and he had to get 3 stitches, and the rest of the show he would be bleeding in the mask, inside the mask.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. That was, yeah, that was wild. He took that mask off afterwards and was just like, oh Jesus, man. Like, yeah, go to the like the urgent care or whatever. And yeah, got stitched up. Like we gotta go to the bar. Like, you go to the hospital. But yeah, oh man. Yeah, man.
The
Instrument injuries are always serious. Everything's so heavy and sharp.
do you remember any other injury that happened in the Cojum Dip show?
Oh, I mean, nothing serious. I feel like every time I move a drum set, something ends up hurting me, but that's, normal. Nothing while
Yeah,
live. I mean, other than if you hit yourself in the face with a stick or something, that hurts, but yeah, nothing serious.
yeah.
Nobody fell off stage or anything like that, as far as I know.
Kind of hard to believe nobody fell out of stage knowing they had these masks. They
Yeah,
didn't
right.
know where to walk.
And yeah, the stages were all way too small for how much gear we had, and yeah, nobody could see properly, and yeah, I don't know. It is definitely impressive that we all kind of made it out all right, except for that
Yeah.
face bashing. But again, that's
So
because the stage is too small. So,
mhm.